Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The activities of His Majesty the Sultan's Cup for local camel race kick off at the Royal Camel Corps track in the Wilaya of Barka. His Excellency the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs stresses that the Sultanate's policy is based on honesty, transparency, and strengthening relations with friends and avoiding enemies. And 15 precious Omani manuscripts dating back to hundreds of years are revealed in an exhibition by the Ministry of Heritage and Culture. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos sent cables of condolences to His Excellency President Joko Widodo of Indonesia, His Excellency President Emmerson Mnangagwa of Zimbabwe, and His Excellency President Filipe Nyusi of Mozambique, on the victims of floods and landslides in their respective countries. The activities of His Majesty the Sultan's Cup for local camel race in its 16th season kicked off today at the Royal Camel Track on the Wilaya of Barka in the Governorate of South Al-Batina. Each day of the 4-day race is dedicated to different age groups of camels. The winners at the final stage of the competition will receive cash awards, and the camel race is considered an integral part of the cultural heritage of the Sultanate. It as well represents a financial support for camel breeders in various governorates of the Sultanate, in addition to encouraging camel breeders to preserve this heritage. The race this year witnessed a tough competition and witnessed participation of camel breeders from various wilayats of the Sultanate. His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, stressed in a lecture at the Cultural Club in Muscat that the Sultanate's policy is based on honesty and transparency, besides strengthening relations with friends and avoiding enemies. On the Palestinian issue, His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, stressed on the importance of establishing an independent state of Palestine, which is a strategic necessity not only for the Palestinians, but the whole surrounding. The Sultanate and Pakistan stress on the importance of enhancing bilateral cooperation between both countries in all fields. This came when His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Mahfoud al-Mandari, Chairman of the State Council, received today the Pakistani delegation and Omani-Pakistani Friendship Committee between the State Council and the Pakistani Senate, chaired by Mir Kabir Ahmad Shahi. His Excellency the Chairman of the State Council stressed on the importance of developing and improving bilateral cooperation relations in all fields within the possibility of both countries in focusing a strategic location and promised economic zones. From his side, the Pakistani guest pointed to the deep-rooted Omani-Pakistani relations, emphasizing his country's keenness on developing these relations and expand cooperation fields in commercial, educational, health, and technological fields so as to serve both countries' interests. The Friendship Committee between the State Council and the Senate of Pakistan held an official discussion session. During the session, the two sides reviewed cooperation spheres between the two friendly countries and affirmed on the committee's role in strengthening the cooperation. They as well dwelt on the importance of activating the agreements that aim to improve bilateral relations, especially in the economic and commercial fields. The Omani side to the session was chaired by Honorable Engineer Majid bin Saeed al-Rawahi, whilst it was chaired by Mir Kabir Ahmad Shahi, head of the Pakistani side in the Omani-Pakistani Friendship Committee. His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal Al Mawali, Chairman of the Shura Council, reviewed aspects of cooperation between the Sultanate and Pakistan in the legislative and regulatory fields. That came when he received Mir Kabir Ahmed Shahi, head of the Pakistani side in the Omani-Pakistani Friendship Committee. His Excellency, the Chairman of the Shura Council, affirmed on the well-bonded relations binding the Sultanate and Pakistan and the importance of developing these relations further in various fields which serve the interests of both nations. He as well reviewed the March of Shura Council and its development. The Ministry of Heritage and Culture launched today the Omani Treasure Manuscripts exhibition at His Highness Sayyid Faisal bin Ali Al Said Museum in the Ministry. The exhibition revealed 15 precious Omani manuscripts dating back to hundreds of years ago. With various activities, the exhibition will be organized in many governorates of the Sultanate over a period of 10 months in order to spread the awareness of the importance of manuscripts on civilized, intellectual, and scientific aspects. His Highness Sayyid Fatih bin Fahar Al Said, Secretary General of the Ministry of Heritage and Culture, presided over the opening ceremony. The Ministry of Heritage and Culture will organize a celebration included a number of events and cultural and artistic activities this year in the Governorate of Muscat. This was stressed by Sayyid Saeed bin Sultan Al Busaidi, Director General of the Arts in the Ministry of Heritage and Culture, in a talk for Your News program, clarifying that this celebration came within the framework of continuous updates and developments for festivals organized by the ministry. Still to come on News Bulletin. The Governorate of Dakhiliya is in the middle of an important harvest season, sugarcane.
Why is competition good for businesses? Businesses compete in things like price, quality, and service to win new customers who could be other businesses as well as consumers. Being competitive can mean more customers choose you rather than your rivals. But when businesses collude and don't compete, this can lower down the quality and service, and the consumers paying more than they should. This is an unlawful practice and can stop consumers from getting more options on goods and services with better quality and better prices. That's why the Competition Protection and Monopoly Prevention Law was issued to regulate the freedom of practicing any economic activities and stabilize the principles of the market rules and freedom of pricing in such manner that the same shall not restrict competition, prevent the same, or be negatively affected, thereby to benefit consumers, businesses, and the national economy. Breaching any of the law's clauses could lead to prison sentences and fines up to 100,000 Omani Riyals. The punishment can also include paying 10% of the total annual sales of the products subject of the violation, as well as damage to the business's reputation. Help us in preventing anti-competitive activities by contacting the following numbers. And to know more about the law and the prohibited activities, please visit our website www.cmc.om. Competition Protection and Monopoly Prevention Center.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Rear Admiral Abdullah bin Khamis al-Raisi, commander of the Royal Navy of Oman, received in his office at Muaskar al-Murtafa'a today Colonel Hussein Fahid al-Ajmi, commander of the Mixed Duty Force 151 in the Kingdom of Bahrain. The meeting exchanged cordial conversations and discussed viewpoints on several matters of naval fields between the two countries. The guest and his delegation visited Maritime Security Center listened to a comprehensive brief on missions and roles of the center represented in Command Maritime Security Operations against marine risks and the roles of the center in coordinating between Sultan Ahmed forces and the security and civil bodies in the Sultanate. With the aim to support the sport in the Sultanate and under the title Sport for Friendship, the activities of the 6th meeting of the International Military Sport Council, CISM, started. The meeting, which was hosted by Chief of Staff of Sultan's Armed Forces, discussed the sport cooperation fields at the military level among different member countries in the Council. The meeting included a number of presentations for all delegations whom reviewed the planned activities for Asia in the coming period. The Public Authority for Radio and Television participated in Comics 2019 exhibition, which continues its activities at the Oman Convention and Exhibition Center. A number of modern technologies used in the media field, such as the vehicle equipped with advanced devices and Omani cadres, as well as modern transmission means and applications to communicate with the public, were displayed. Some school students visited the pavilion of the authority in the exhibition and got acquainted with means of covering the activities around the Sultanate, such National Day sports events and many others. A conference on smart cities and the fourth industrial revolution started today within the activities of Comics 2019 exhibition. It shed light on the global approaches in the field of Internet of Things, smart cities, big data, and blockchain, as well as artificial intelligence. A number of experts in telecommunications and information technology from inside and outside the Sultanate took part in the conference that also focused on digital transmission and e-education, in addition to video games and the future of technology. In continuation for the efforts exerted by the Ministry of Housing to facilitate the procedures regarding various services provided to the citizens, the electronic land distribution service was inaugurated at the Directorate General of Housing in the Governorate of Al-Dakhiliya. Our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi has more details on the following report.
To facilitate land distribution process for citizens, the Directorate General of Housing in the Governorate of Al-Dakhiliya inaugurated an electronic land distribution service within the Sultanate's e-government transformation plan.
We are happy to launch this electronic system for the citizen to finish their transition in a much easier way and less time.
On the first day of launching this service, 100 requests have been processed in a transparent and faster way compared to the previous method of land withdrawal.
We have got our lands from the Ministry of Housing using the new electronic distribution system. It was actually a very great system, very fast compared to the previous one, and it is trustable.
This digital service takes around 2 minutes to be completed, where the beneficiary first inserts his national ID card to a card reader that is linked to the land distribution system, and with the click of a button, a piece of land is recorded to his name and the ownership document is printed for him. Indeed, harnessing technology in such services is very essential for beneficiaries to complete their transactions efficiently and in a timely manner. From the Wilaya of Nizwa, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Al-Dakhiliya Governorate.
Oman Data Park Company organized a press conference on briefing its available advanced technical services and products for companies and public institutions in the Sultanate. The company is considered one of its kind in the Sultanate and provided services of data centers and cloud computing. The company provides its digital services to more than 500 institutions inside and outside the Sultanate, in addition to provide cloud computing solutions. The harvest of sugarcane crop continues in the governorate of Dakhiliya, as it is considered one of the strategic crops with high economic revenues, and it's also used in a number of traditional industries. More details in the following report by Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
Dakhiliya Governorate has been known for agriculture for a long time. Besides growing a variety of crops, it is also renowned for producing quality Omani sugarcane, which is harvested at this time of the year.
Sugarcane is very important economically and nutritionally. It is included in making the Omani halwa and other sweets as a basic alternative to white sugar.
Sugarcane needs a full year to grow. The process of harvesting this crop receives a noticeable attention from the Omani farmers due to its economic value to them. Out of it, they produce brown sugar, locally known red sugar.
We produced about tens of tons, and as a farmer, I have produced about 5 tons. The price of a kilo ranges between 3.5 to 4 Omani riyals.
The production of brown sugar goes through several stages, starting from squeezing the sugarcane, boiling the juice in large boilers under high temperatures for up to 3 hours to evaporate, drying the boiling mix in special pools, and then filling the sugar in cases made locally from palm fronds to be taken to the markets. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Dakhiliya Governorate.
Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear to partly cloudy skies will prevail over the northern governorates with chances of scattered rainfall. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of dust-raising winds over the desert and open areas. Winds will be northwesterly light to moderate, occasionally active. Seas will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. The activities of His Majesty the Sultan's Cup for local camel race kick off at the Royal Camel Court track in the Wilaya of Barka. His Excellency the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs stresses that the Sultanate's policy is based on honesty, transparency, and strengthening relations with friends and avoiding enemies. And 15 precious Omani manuscripts dating back to hundreds of years are revealed in an exhibition by the Ministry of Heritage and Culture. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, thank you for watching and have a great night.